Hello YouTube and welcome to Starsector. Today we are gonna test an Omen build against the fragments, and we're gonna do some blueprint hunting, which we didn't manage to do the previous stream. So yeah, we're fighting like three fragment fabricators here, or motherships, whatever you want to call them. We got a bunch of omens. Yeah, I managed to find some of these through like a military arms trader, illegal arms trader. We brought two Anubis. They have broadswords to harass enemy frigates and paladin systems to shoot down any missiles and fighters. We have a bunch of omens here escorting the our onslaughts here, as well as a paragon to just provide some like long range firepower here. So we'll see how this battle goes. I do think that the omens will be pretty good. I also want to test them against the shrouded dwellers. But yeah, they're just gonna act like a shield where they can't get overfluxed very easily. We'll go through some of the hull mods that they have. Yeah, but these guys they might make the fight a lot easier. We'll have to see. Even if they attract some attention or some fire here, that would be fantastic. Yeah, so they are attracting some enemy fire, which is great. So they're kind of like a cheaper Medusa. It's a bit less capable at mobility, but they are very strong in, tanking. They do have safety overrides, not safety overrides. They have unstable injectors so that they move really fast. They have like a higher top speed. But yeah, these were nerfed in the previous update, so you couldn't put safety overrides on the monitor because you will get rid of flux shunt, which means that you can't do the tanking as easily. But they were pretty broken. Like with safety override builds, they just literally like run past enemies and they can't die. That's how broken they are. So they got nerfed, but they're still pretty good if you build them well. They don't have any weapons, as you can see. Their main job is just to attract enemy attention. Any little bit of damage that it can like soak up is just a huge benefit to our important ships. Like them being here, yeah, they're attracting a bit of fire. Like any sort of attention that they attract will be great. They're still at the back here. I wish they would be at the front a bit more, but you can't get everything in life, I guess. That's a lot of damage here. They're not really helping out with this onslaught at the moment. Yeah, they're kind of at the back, not doing much. Maybe the range of their weapons. Okay, this is a fantastic example of why they're so good. Like this destroyer would be on top of the onslaught if it weren't for these two omens here. Now this guy is, well, they didn't manage to distract him, but at least they took the attention. Yeah, look at this. This is a picture perfect scenario. This is what you want. You have the destroyers here completely distracted by the omens. Just being really annoying. How are we doing here? Yeah, we're doing pretty fine actually. Yeah, they are attracting all the fragments as well, which means that the longevity of this onslaught is a lot better. So, oops. Yeah, then the mothership is gonna die now. Okay, yeah, in a very dangerous position. Yeah, if they lose their engines like that, that's really bad. I guess they do warrant putting at least flux resistant conduit so that or insulated engine assembly so that engines don't flame out like that. Otherwise, they just die. Okay, yeah, this guy is pretty overloaded. Well, you do have like so many enemies on you, so it's kind of hard to... Monitor did go down there. But it kind of did its job, I guess. Yeah, we still have a fresh coat of armor on both sides of this onslaught here. This guy's in a really good position in the middle of everything. Just soaking up so much damage. The Anubis went down, but I'm not even really like controlling this fight. I'm just letting them do whatever they want. So how many omens? So we lost one omen. We lost one Anubis. I mean, the Anubis is pretty vulnerable, honestly. It doesn't have very good flux stats, so it gets overloaded very easily, or it can't vent its flux very easily. So like in this scenario where it's just pretty much constant combat, yeah, omens are pretty good because you just got no time. You have no time to vent. I mean, yeah, there's just no time to vent in this fight. You just literally have to shield tank, or I mean not shield tank. You have to armor tank, or you have to do things like this, or you have to have really good PD so that you can shoot down all the fragments. Or you just have very long range weapons that can kill enemies from long distances. I do think that this faction, whatever it's called, the fragments, they are a bit more difficult than remnants. Remnants are not too difficult. I mean, they are still hard, but not as hard as these guys. These guys, they just never stop. So it's like, if you have any slight disadvantage, you just lose the entire battle, really. We still have two motherships alive. Some of them are a bit low on health. Yeah, they're a bit low. We lost another omen as well. These guys are still pretty healthy. The right flank is getting like absolutely destroyed here. Now he might, this ship might get overwhelmed because there's like literally two motherships right around you. Wait, where's my mouse? I lost my mouse for some reason. What's going on? I can't see my cursor. My cursor is gone. Okay. Wait, what's going on? Why can't I see my mouse here? Yeah, I can click, but my cursor is not showing on the screen. Okay, whatever, fine. I actually do want to click on you and just look at you. So there's only one mothership left. Yeah, the other one died. This guy is still doing fine, I guess. Yeah, the other onslaught is very low on health. It might die any moment. Yeah, I lost both the omens, so that's unfortunate. These carriers, or whatever they're called, they're really strong. Okay, we're gonna lose another Anubis here. Maybe you could spam a lot of omens, and then like they would do and then send those first. That might work. So yeah, we lost another onslaught here. I don't think I saved, so I might have to, you know, come back here the long way and redo this fight, which is quite annoying actually. Oh, that's a bad example of why the Shrouded Mantle is sometimes a bad idea. Okay, this fight is pretty much over. I can't click anything. Okay. Let me just try to do something really quickly. Yeah, my mouse is like completely gone. Alright, I have to close the game and restart, I guess. Don't know where my cursor went. I mean, they are okay, I guess. Monitors. Hopefully I saved the game. Did I save? Okay, I didn't save. But I'm making my way to the abyss. I mean, in theory, they should be better than, you know, pretty much anything in the game, but like at escorting ships, I think the main weakness is like in that situation, sometimes they're at the back and they just don't do anything. And when they're at the back, it's a bit difficult to get them towards the front. Okay, let's actually save here, because I don't want to travel back all the way. I really want to test these against the Shrouded Maw. Okay, let's just go through some of the build that we have. So we have shield conversion front as modded, because this gives it a 360-degree shield. It also gives them a 5% reduction of damage, which makes a bit of a difference. Then we have hardened shields as modded and flux distributor. Why we as mod flux distributor is because the amount of dissipation, the higher the dissipation we have, the easier it is to vent the hard flux. This ship has flux shunt, which allows it to vent its hard flux at 50% of this amount. So having this as high as a number means that you can vent all the hard flux away. Yep, so that's why we went for all these. This one is just to save ordnance points, it costs 5. And then we went for unstable injector because it makes it faster. This is kind of a must-have on the monitor, I think. Then we have hardened subsystems and flux-resistant conduits so that we can resist things like EMP damage that will just flame out our engines. But it's not immune to that still. Okay, unfortunately that is not an enemy. Really hope that there was an enemy actually. Also, I suspect that many of these planets that we've marked don't actually exist anymore. I think what the game does is that it actually spawns these planets at random. So I tried to go back to the markers that I had and they don't exist over there. So they're just like gone. I did find something interesting. I found this structure. Can't actually see it on the map. Oh, you can see it on this map. Yeah, I found this structure here. And this structure is basically an object, a piece of the Onslaught Mark 1 that's just laying there. So a lot of strange things are happening here. Like there's some stuff going on in this area that, I mean, nobody knows. Okay, we do have enemies, so that's a lot of enemies. My goodness. Let's just save the game quickly. That's a lot of fragments. There's like 6 fleets down here. Yeah, they do know where I am. There's another fleet. So that's 3. We can outrun these pretty well. Pretty easily. They only have a burn of 8. Actually, I do like the fact that that's a good way to balance the game, because otherwise they'll be too strong. If they're really fast, and they can catch your fleets as well. Yeah, there's one more over there. So there's 4 of these guys. Alright, let's go fight this one first. Let's quickly save the game. And yeah, 63%. Okay, let's actually deploy all the monitors first. Maybe get them to just rush here. How about that? Let's try that. So they act as a screen for the rest of our ships. Then you guys can just do whatever you want. And you guys, I guess you can escort the Paragon, really. They're a bit vulnerable. Let's put them at the rear. So the 5 of you are just gonna charge at the mothership, and your job is just to soak as much damage as possible. They are pretty fast, so I mean they have unstable injectors, so I'm sure that the enemy fleet has some, you know, counters against monitors, otherwise they'll be too broken, right? So you're just basically acting as a shield, like a literal shield. Yeah, we're not gonna escort. We're not gonna put the escort command on the onslaughts. We're just gonna control you guys like individually. Yeah, get up there to the enemy. What if we do this? We could also set up a harass command on the mothership once we have it in vision. Yeah, they like barely took any damage at all. They're literally venting. The moment they switch off fortress shields, they actually vent away all of their flux actually. I guess you really need to put aggressive officers on them. Otherwise they just stay long range. Yeah, like can you go attack this thing? You go there and attack that. Just get up and close and personal and just try to like, you know, annoy the hell out of it. These guys are making their way slowly. Okay, the mothership is right there, so let's just go and aggro this mothership. I mean, it's called a fabricator, but I'm just calling it a mothership anyway. And the problem is that the onslaughts are just charging by themselves towards the enemy. They're not actually moving there directly. Yeah, they're kind of like hanging at the back. I mean, this guy's at the front. He's doing a good job. Somewhat. Yeah, he's just soaking some aggro. I mean, okay, you are also soaking a lot of aggro. That's great. Okay, you're actually gonna die now. They are very fragile, actually. I mean, once they get overloaded, they're just pretty much dead. I mean, they're pretty cheap though. They're only 6 ordnance points. We lost another omen as well. Yeah, I mean, he's taking a lot of fire there. The right idea is probably to move in a little bit, soak some damage, then move out. Yeah, you guys soaked up a lot of damage. Well, at least they gave us an opening to charge in to this fleet. So I guess they kind of did their job, question mark. Now, is 2 omens worth more than 1 Medusa? If I have 1 Medusa here, would it actually do better? I think 1 Medusa might be better than 2 of these. Like, it will be able to tank damage as well, but it can also deal damage to enemies. These guys are just literally... If the enemy doesn't target them, they are kind of a waste of points. So I guess if they're not like, you know, super duper strong, they're not like ridiculously strong. Can you harass these guys actually? Maybe I need to do the harass command. I mean, they're not moving towards the front. They're kind of like just hanging out at the back. Not really doing much. Yeah, these guys are not really doing much right now. Like, commanding them to move there, they just don't move there. Now he's in our way. He's like, you know, preventing the ship from retreating. I guess both of them are quite similar. Like, I do think 2 monitors are kind of the same as having 1 Medusa. I mean, they have the same amount of deployment points. Medusa has 12, omens have 6. But escort Medusas also kind of fulfill the role that these guys are doing right now. Maybe they are slightly more squishy because they can't vent the hard flux as easily as these guys. But they have very good mobility, so they can get around a lot better. Yeah, this is where you want them to be. You want them to be at the front. Or like at the side at least, not at the back, sitting around doing nothing. So the Medusa doesn't have that problem because it can just face skim towards the enemy and then do its own thing. Yeah, this guy lost both of his omens already. Actually, can you guys go and support him? It's probably too late for that, but you know. I guess they can cover your rear for you. You can just literally ignore enemies like that. It is possible to win this fight without losing any ships, but it is pretty hard. It's basically just a flux battle. They are like literally throwing bodies at you and you just have to kill as many ships as possible. So you still have some power on that side. I can't give any more commands. That's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, I guess they're not, you know, they're not like broken. They're not really broken. They're just, sometimes they're just sitting here doing nothing and just wasting your points. Like, there are times like this where they just don't soak any damage, so like, it's very hard to justify why you ever field these frigates. Yeah, they are doing, you know, they are escorting this Paragon. That's what they're doing right now. But I don't know, maybe Medusas are better. Because Medusas can at least fire back at the enemy. Like, they can use light needlers to pressure, to overflux frigates. And maybe even finish them off with the auto lancers. But these guys are just literally doing... I mean, they don't have any offensive capabilities. So if the enemy doesn't target them, you're kind of wasting points. Yeah. You are still somehow alive, but you're gonna die right now. Okay, the fight's not going well. We're gonna lose this onslaught as well. So yeah, I guess they're not that fantastic. They're kind of like standing around the ship, making it hard for the ship to fly, to maneuver around them. It's kind of like being very annoying in a way. I was kind of expecting them to perform a lot better, but I'm quite not very... I mean, slightly disappointed with how they are performing. I mean, they can do things like this, and it's very hard to kill them, but a Medusa can do this as well. Because it has phase skimmer, so it can just keep getting out of range of enemies. We might not be able to win this fight. It's very difficult. There's still 2 fabricators left. The good thing is our Paragon is still quite healthy, but yeah, we just lost another onslaught there. Everyone just, you know, crowd around this guy. We might not be able to win this. It's gonna be very difficult. We might have to save. We will save scum here. We're just testing the game. If I lose this entire fleet, then like I have to rebuild it. It's really annoying. It's just more of a time sink now. I have the capability to just build any fleet I want. Well, I'm just missing blueprints, really. So yeah, they're not as good as I thought they would be. They do soak damage pretty well, but you know, like these guys at the back here, they're not doing anything. If these two were a Medusa, right, it could at least help fight this destroyer. Sure, maybe the Medusa has a lot more flux because it's very poor at it's a lot less effective at, because it doesn't have fortress shields, so maybe it's probably a bit overflux, but at least it can still help contribute to the fight. Whereas these guys are kind of like dead weight right now. I think omens I mean, why do I keep calling them omens? I think monitors are pretty strong when you can harass an enemy and draw them out and separate this entire fleet. Maybe let's try that. Let's try to harass these guys instead of like doing a death ball fleet. Because what we're doing there was kind of like a death ball fleet where we just surround our important ships with frigates. So how about we send you guys first, and then you guys just like draw the enemy, like just spread them out so that we can kill the mothership. The problem is our onslaughts are just gonna... I mean, they're just gonna literally charge towards the enemy. Yeah, which is a bit of an issue, really. So yeah, let's just spread these monitors out. They could like draw like 50 deployment points worth of enemies like away from the main fight. Maybe that's a better strategy than just trying to send them here and like soak damage. Might be a better idea to divide and conquer here. Like, you know, just distract these enemies, bring them to the edge of the map, and then we can focus on the main fight. Yeah, something like this. Just draw them out and just keep them occupied. But yeah, you need to be on search and destroy. Yeah, you guys are on search and destroy. Okay. So the idea is we want as many enemies surrounding this monitor here. I mean, it can't be overwhelming to the point that it won't survive. I mean, we're trying to rely on the speed of the monitor so they can get out of. It can constantly kite dangerous enemies. You are like getting wrecked there. Let's give you one escort. Then we can leave the rest like just at the capture points. Do we have another omen? No, we don't. So yeah, this guy's hang out there, this guy's hang out there, same as you. And you, he's a bit alone, but I mean, I don't really have another escort. I could get another escort, I just don't have one right now. Yeah, they're just kind of like hanging out. This guy's like traveling there for some reason. Can we harass this? Like... Yeah, I mean the two onslaughts here are just like really strong. With that, if they're together, they just can delete enemies really easily. So yeah, these guys are just going to town. We never really split up a lot of these enemies, to be honest. Like, most of them are just frigates. They're not really important for the main fight. But for some reason, this fight is doing a lot better. I mean, we're gonna kill one fabricator right now. Yeah. So that's one down. Yeah, they're not very useful. I mean, the Paragon's also not in the fight right now. They can definitely keep enemies occupied. Yeah, maybe escorting ships with monitors is not the best idea. Like, we want you to just do your own thing. They kind of like sit at the back. That's not very effective. Okay, he's targeting the fabricator. Yeah, this fight is gonna be over pretty soon. Okay, this is pretty nice. So like these two frigates chasing this single monitor. This is what you want to see. Ideally, you want to have a couple of destroyers here as well. They're just chasing this single monitor so that they just draw them away from the fight. It's not a very good representation of the idea, but you want to have maybe like, you know, a couple of destroyers or a couple of cruisers chasing this single monitor. Their job is just to split up the enemy army into like different areas that they can just constantly keep distracted. That seems like a better role for them. Having them all clumped up here just makes it very difficult to maneuver. Like the onslaughts might want to get to a certain location, but then you have monitors in the way, so that's just really annoying. So now that this area is a lot more open, they can just do whatever they want, really. They still have hull, they still have armor. The amount of damage that these guys can deal is absolutely crazy. The big thing is that the damage is actually splash damage. So enemy ships that are nearby also take damage. Like they can kill fighters that are flying over the ship that they're shooting at. So that's such a good weapon. The adjudicators on this thing is really broken. I think it's literally the best weapon in the game right now. Like enemy fighters that fly over here, they just get completely obliterated by the splash damage of the onslaught. Nothing even comes close. Like, and is there any other weapon that does this? I'm trying to think. I guess mining blaster, but it's not very high DPS. This one is actually a constantly high DPS weapon that can deal sustained firepower. Well, we do have expanded magazines, but you get the idea. This guy hasn't even lost both sides of his armor yet. I don't know, for some reason this fight went pretty well. I guess like having the two onslaughts reach this area at the same time by sheer chance just made the fight a lot simpler. Having one of this here is not enough. You kind of need like three, I mean at least two together. Then they can dish out enough damage to overwhelm the enemy. Yeah, the Anubis has a very poor... It's very, very poor peak performance time. Yeah, this fight is pretty much over. So I guess they are okay, in a way. I mean, they definitely survive, like... Even Radiants won't be able to kill these. Oh, he's in some trouble though, this one. This frigate is actually fast enough to catch him. So he's gonna get either he's gonna get overloaded or like... But that's a pretty long time before that happens. Is he even gaining any flux? It's so slow. It's ridiculously slow. And now he can vent. Then... Yeah, can you guys like just go here now? So that we don't have to travel all the way here just to kill these frigates. Yeah, fragments. They have nowhere to go right now, so they're just flying around. Not really doing much. Yeah, they are... The game does treat them like missiles. Yeah, or fighters actually. Fighters or... Yeah, fighters. Why are you guys not moving? Okay, the fight's over. So yeah, I guess they are okay if they just do their own thing instead of like asking them to escort ships. Might need to play around with that a bit. Okay, let's get the heck out of here. Go back to our home base. We're gonna go do some blueprint raiding. We have like, I think 3,000 marines at our base now. Yeah, maybe I'm missing something, but I feel like the strategy for monitors could be refined a bit more. Where are we supposed to go? It's one of these systems. The wormhole, right? Wait, where is it? Ah, there it is. Okay. Actually, let's go and find the Shrouded Dweller and fight them. Because I'm curious to see how the monitor would deal against them. Especially the eye. Will it be able to tank the eye? That's an interesting question. Let's just save the game quickly here as well so that we can... Okay, that's not an enemy. I also found like there's a very easy way you can check whether the light is hostile or not. So if you go near the light and if you press the active sensor burst, if it flickers a bit, it means there is a hostile. They are hostiles. But if it doesn't do that, then it's quite safe. So like, let's say there is a risk that if you do it here, they actually still trigger. Yeah, so that's not a enemy, but there is a risk that it will trigger the what's it called again? The Shrouded Dwellers to attack you. Well, trigger the screen where you get to choose like the difficulty. Sometimes that happens. Another system here. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm doing the surveying. It's probably not worth doing. Yeah, there's a bunch of these guys here as well. We're not gonna fight these anymore. We're gonna fight Shrouded Dwellers. There should be some around. Doesn't take too long for them to spawn. Let's go here. Just something on the radar. Sometimes they flicker as well, and if they flicker, they are hostile. So let's just save the game quickly here. Okay. I think this one is pretty safe. Yeah, it's pretty safe. You can do it at the edge just to be safe so that you don't trigger the loading screen. Like let's say your fleet is really, you know, it's not in a good position, or like everything is trying to repair, like you're basically having repairs ongoing and you can't get into a fight right now. Cause I don't think you can get out the loading screen when you see it for the Shrouded Dweller. You can't use a story point to get out of that fight, which is maybe it's an oversight. They should have added that so that you can at least skip it. Man. No, this doesn't do anything. Right, let's go back to the... There should be some round here. Okay. Yeah, so this one looks a bit warm. You see the color of this? It looks a bit warmer than normal. Yeah, and it's flickering. So you see this flicker? It's probably a hostile. It's probably like a hostile entity. Yeah, so if you do it at the very edge, there is a chance that it can quote-unquote attack you. Man, the cooldown on the sensor burst is pretty long. Yeah, see? So if you do it like near the edge, there is a chance that they will just like chase after you. You see, it says it's come to you. So they literally charge at you when you try to do it at the edge. But you can see that the color is a bit warmer and you get that flicker. So this is like an enemy. Yeah, it's moving closer. Yeah, okay. Let's send, so there's 3 eyes here. Let's send the omens and see how they fare against this fight. I think they might still die. But we'll see, we'll see. We'll bring these guys cause they're pretty nice. So we're just gonna let them do their thing. We're not gonna allow them to escort because we don't want them to slow down. Yeah, the Anubis is really squishy, so we're just gonna escort the Paragon with this. So yeah, let's just see whether they can actually, you know, do well against these enemies. I mean, the eye is targeting this. That's actually pretty good. Usually, like, other frigates will just get destroyed by now. Wow. I am impressed. Yeah, I guess for these kind of fights, they are pretty good. Yeah, so we're gonna harass these eyes with our omens. You know, just get up there and yeah, do what you need to do. I think the beam is also an energy projectile. Now the eye can't shoot forever, so now it can vent its flux. Oh, this is perfect. It's just a perfect counter to the eye. The eye is really dangerous. It's the only thing that can deal a lot of damage to your onslaught. It's basically the Shrouded Dweller's main source of DPS. The other entities are not very dangerous. They are annoying, but they're not very dangerous. So yeah, this is just like a perfect counter. Look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. And then when the eye goes on cooldown, then the monitor gets to vent off its flux. So yeah, I guess the strategy is to just let them do their own thing. Instead of, yeah, see, he's actually effectively distracting this enemy. Instead of letting them escort your ship, you should just let them do their own thing. Now the question is, will you be able to survive these 3? If it's able to distract all 3 of this, that's a really big deal. This is probably worth like 40 deployment points right now. And this single omen, I keep calling these guys omen because omens are just so good as well. They absolutely destroy fighters and missiles, omens, but they are quite squishy. This guy is more tanky. I think for late game battles, monitors are just better. They cost the same, but I mean, look at the amount of damage that this guy can absorb. It's crazy. This beam it will destroy even like cruisers like other cruisers and capitals like the Pegasus. It'll just absolutely destroy them. But But here, it's nothing. Yeah, we didn't even lose any of the monitors. They are all still alive. Okay, I will say I'm quite impressed. Especially for against the Shrouded Dwellers, they are quite good. I mean, this is like borderline broken. Yeah, now it's venting. It is quite vulnerable when it's venting though. Because obviously it can't trigger its shields and it has like almost no hull. So this one took a bit of hull damage, but not too. And for some reason, these guys are at the corner of the map now for some reason. Wait, is this a bug? What's going on? Nah, it's not a bug. Okay, he's gonna get overloaded here. Are you? No, he's still alive. He's still alive. Man, these guys. Okay, I was dead. Because he couldn't vent. He couldn't finish venting in time. I mean, we did max out their vents, so there's nothing much we could have done in that situation. Yeah, this is great. This is what they should do. They should be the first ones to meet the enemy. Oh, why did it die? It didn't get overflux, so how did it die? Interesting. That's really interesting. Okay. Like, it's not overflux, but why did the previous one die all of a sudden? Maybe it switched off its fortress shield for whatever reason. Yeah, that's probably like the only explanation I can think of. Because it didn't get overloaded, it was like at half flux and then it just instantly died. Yeah, target that. That's what we want. We want you to target this. Oh, this beam actually shreds armor, I think. I mean, all I know is that it's a very powerful beam. That's all I know. Yeah, it might not be able to finish venting in time before the next... Okay, it did finish venting. And then the next wave of the eye is gonna hit again. Yeah, omens are just a straight up counter to the eye. Well, it is pretty annoying that our fleet can't actually chase these enemies because they're pretty fast. But at least they're not getting destroyed by this beam though. It's so funny to watch. It's so hilarious. I need to take a screenshot of this. This is too hilarious. Why can't I take a screenshot? Wait. Okay, now I can take a screenshot of this. Okay. Let's just paste this somewhere so that we don't forget this. Alright. Let's carry on. So yeah, these guys are pretty broken. They're just better omens, really. Well, I wouldn't say they are better, but they're just like more suited towards late game battles. Omens are really strong against pirates as well, because they can disable engines and just like allow you to chase down like fleeing ships. Yeah, this eye is still distracted with us. So yeah, if you have trouble dealing with the eye, just send an omen and harass it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, don't even bother giving it weapons. Just give it like all the hull mods that allow it to tank damage like that. Yeah, and it's able to vent just in time for the next volley of this eye. Anything else would die here. Fortress Shields reduces damage by 90%. So I'm pretty sure that this beam is dealing like a ton of damage. Love that guy. You are also in a good position to harass. Yeah, now this eye is getting targeted and it's gonna die. Yeah, it does take time to recharge. So does it actually not fire when oh yeah, it does fire. Does it not? Wait, if it get harassed by fighters, it's not firing at the moment. Yeah, it's not opening its eye. That's interesting as well. That's good to know. So if it's being harassed by fighters, it can't actually open the eye. Okay, we did lose 2 monitors here, but they are pretty good against the Shrouded Dwellers. Okay, now we know. Now we know. Just let them do their thing. Don't even bother asking them to escort your ships. Just let them go do their own thing. Yeah, I guess the harass command does help as well. Just put a harass command and they'll just go and harass whatever capital ship or destroy or whatever. Okay, let's head back now. Let's go and raid Kaiseron. Really want the monitor blueprints. I hope there's some quest line behind this abyss actually. Like some end game, like some boss or something. That would be really nice. I mean, it can't be just this. Right. We're also gonna go to Tritech to sell all of those threat weapons that we've got obtained. So let's make sure that we get some fuel and supplies and then we can go do all that stuff. Let's get back our crew. Let's see here. Yeah, we're gonna stick with 230 here. I guess we can remove you. We'll keep you for now. Yeah, I think they're okay, but they're not like broken. Yeah, they're definitely quite squishy, so we might want to fix the shield as well. The shield arc is a bit of an issue. Having 210 is quite poor. Anything that we can do to fix this? What if we give you frontal shield conversion? So this will give it a 360 shield. Yeah, that's pretty cheap. Okay, let's put it on you as well. I mean, the extra shield arc is just useful. Okay, fine. Let's go with this. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's get our marines and then we can go and raid bunch of bases here. Right, we should have enough marines to do this. Okay, that's another 300. Some of these marines are here. Yeah. Okay, we have enough marines. We don't have enough crew space. We're gonna get rid of a bit of crew here. Okay, that's enough to keep our fleet repaired. But we have 3,000 marines now. Okay, yeah, let's go then. Let's dump all our beta cores back here. Okay, we're gonna go to Kaiseron first because we want to get the blueprints. Kaiseron. So yeah, let's head here. Monitors OP. Well, they're not really OP. I guess they're pretty strong. I mean, omens are still pretty good. Like against pirates or enemy factions that like even against hegemony fleets, they're actually still pretty decent. Alright, Kaiseron. We probably have to re-fight the Star Fortress again. Because it might have gotten repaired. Yeah, let's go there now. Let's make sure that this time we actually buy the marines before we fight the enemy base here. Oh, my transponder is off. Okay. Do you have a sensor array? Let's just go and scramble your sensor array. It's a really big patrol. Introduce false readings. Let's hack this thing. Yeah, let's buy your marines. We're gonna raid you with the marines that you provided. How about that? Oh, it's over capacity. Let's get rid of all this crew then. And that's a really big patrol. Yeah, we did introduce a bunch of false readings, so some of these patrols should be going to investigate some stuff. Yeah, there we go. So now this fortress is... Well, I was gonna attack it, but you came out. Yeah, now you're gonna explore a bunch of anomalous stuff. Okay, we're still in detection range here, so now we're gonna go dark. We're gonna fight this. Okay, deploy everything. And yeah, just go then. You guys defend this, defend this. Yeah, just let the monitors do their own thing. You know, you don't have to command them to go places and stuff. Just let them do their own thing. They are also very strong against the Hydras and Gorgons as well. Because those weapons very easily take out frigates with the very low flux capacity. So they just overload it with soft flux and then the hull is exposed and then the ship is just destroyed. But doesn't really work on these guys. So they are somewhat vulnerable to fighters, I guess. I mean, I really don't want to put weapons on them. Yeah, they are doing a horrible job against fire. So, in this situation, the Omen would probably be better because the Omen has the EMP emitter, and that thing just absolutely destroys fighters. That's a lot of Mjolnir cannons. It probably doesn't have the flux to fire all of them. I mean, none of them are firing right now. Okay, they just started firing, but yeah, these weapons are just over flux. They can't do much. This is a horrible Star Fortress. I mean, and they're firing at the Omen. Fantastic. I can understand why that they're nerfed. I can understand why they were nerfed. They're still pretty strong though. Okay, the Star Fortress is down. Yeah, we lost one Omen. Interesting. Yeah, we did lose on the fighters. Okay. Okay, let's launch a raid. We also have fleet strength on the Valkyrie. So we're gonna try to acquire the blueprints here. Extreme, yes. We could also steal their pristine nanoforge. I think I'll do that another day. Let's just get the blueprints. That's probably the most important thing, so that we can build our own fleets here. Wait. No. I want to send as many marines as possible. Yeah, give like full strength, like that. Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah, so this is the number of forces I have remaining. This is the number that I sent. One marine unit is available for every... Okay. Yeah, let's go steal the blueprints. We're gonna spend a story point here. So we lost... Damn, we lost a quarter of these marines. Reduced by 2, okay. Nice, this is what we want to see. This one we already know. We want a champion and a monitor. There we go. So we stole everything. We can do another raid again. No, I can't. Why can't I raid it again? Okay. Interesting. Let's just wait for a while. Alright, we might be able to raid again. We definitely want to do that. So they can get more blueprints. We might have everything already, but... Yeah, why can't I read this? We need to hide now. This petrol is returning. Well, there's a lot of debris here, so... Oh, okay, I can launch it. Yeah, it takes about a day to redo this. Oh, I don't have enough forces. Okay. Yeah, but at least we got some blueprints. Can we set bomb this? If we set bomb this, it might lower... Yeah, let's just launch a bombardment here. Oh, they actually know who I am. I can't bomb this. They will make me hostile. Disrupt the operations. No, I don't think I want to do any of this. Damn, they have very good ground defenses. Yeah, I don't have enough marines. I did lose quite a number of them, so... Okay. Well, that's a bummer. We might get caught out here as well. Let's just jump right out of here so that we don't get caught. Yeah, they know that we're here, but we're gone. Bye. We're gonna go to Tritech. We're gonna sell all of our redacted weapons. We should be able to reach level 100 reputation with that director. Maybe something will happen. I don't know. If nothing happens, I'll be a little bit disappointed. But I'm sure that this will be expanded upon in future updates. Yeah, let's go. You know, let's go and do this. Let's see what happens here. Repair everything. All right, let's go talk to this. Okay. Yeah, I don't think any of these weapons are worth it, honestly. This one, Void Blast. Okay, we'll give all the Fragment Swarm weapons, not the Shrouded Dweller ones. Yeah, basically everything that has the word threat. Cause I don't think these are worth it. Yeah, these are all totally not worth it. 15 seconds, we're gonna give these as well. Let's just double check this. Actually, let's keep this for now. Can hardly think of any use case for that weapon, to be honest. This one, yeah, we want to sell this. We want to sell these drivers. This requires the Fragment Swarm Hull mod, and it's a missile. This has a very long seconds per recharge of 10 seconds. Yeah, and it requires the Fragment Swarm, so we don't want this. Light Mass Driver. This weapon might be better than a Light Needler. I don't think so though. Light Needler is pretty good. It's 9 ordnance points. How much is the Light Needler? It's only 2. and it has just 100 less range. Almost the same flux per damage. This one has higher flux, it's higher damage, but the refire. Oh, this is actually better, right? I mean, oh, I'm comparing the wrong weapon. Yeah, so this is a burst size of 15. It fires 15 shots. It has the same flux efficiency as the light mass driver. It has the same range. Actually, this is more flux efficient. Yeah. And it has a better turn rate as well. It looks like a straight up upgrade, honestly. Interesting. Yeah, this one is just more flux hungry. And it deals less damage, I guess, question mark. Yeah, it's the same damage per second, yeah, but it's all in one burst. This one is a sustained damage weapon. And it's just 1 ordnance points higher. So yeah, I think this is actually a better weapon. Wow. It's a bit interesting that I say that, because most of these most of the threat weapons aren't very effective. Oh, okay, we'll use this then. So I guess these are worth it. So we don't want to throw these away. We can give some. Let's just give like... Actually, let's trade everything else first. This one requires Fragment Swarm. This also requires Fragment Swarm. Yeah, all of these guys require Fragment Swarm. Neuron Torpedo. This is a small missile, limited ammo. Voltaic Cannon. This one looks interesting. It's 800 range. It's a small energy mount. Three ordnance points. That's really cheap. Oh, then I think this weapon was good, but then I looked at the number of max charges and the seconds per charge is so high. Yeah, this is gonna go away. Defabricates a small missile. No flux of the fire. Deals no damage to shields. Yeah, I mean we can just keep farming these. These are not rare weapons at all. Yeah, we're gonna keep the Shrouded Dweller stuff. Void Blaster. Max charges, seconds per recharge. Okay, let's just provide this. Let's see what's gonna happen now. Wait, actually before we do this, let's save the game. Something might happen, something might not happen, I don't know. We're gonna send this, we're gonna give this. This one we'll actually keep, because that looks pretty decent. What am I missing for this weapon? Like, what's so special about this? Wait, where is it? It's 60 seconds per... Wait, where did it go? Not this one. There's one that has 60 seconds recharge time. That's the missile. Ah, this is the one. So it has only 2 charges, and then it takes 60 seconds to recharge a single shot. It's very high damage though. It's 300 damage. All in one go. It's a small energy weapon. Defabrication Swarm. This requires the Fragment Hull mod. Yeah, so the light mass driver just seems good. So 8 seconds to gain 1 recharge, but the recharge is 4, so that's literally 2 seconds for 1 recharge. It's an anti-armor weapon. High explosive. We're gonna keep this. We can sell off the rest. 83 points. Yeah, okay, let's just sell all this. So we're at 100 now. Like, do you want more? What's the deal here? So yeah, we already reached like maximum rep with this director. But nothing happened. Yeah. Nothing happened. Let's talk to Rayon. What does he have to say? Nothing. He has nothing to say. So yeah, I guess that's a nothing burger. We already reached like 100 rep with this particular character, but nothing interesting happened. I guess maybe that's just a way to make money by farming the threat. But there has to be more than that. There has to be more than that. Yeah, nothing new happened. Well, that's a bit disappointing. Oh, there's also a monitor blueprint here. Oh, well, I guess we don't need this guy anymore. Okay, let's actually go and talk to the Glacier Academy. Maybe there's something to say about this. I doubt so. We did find a bit of interesting lore in the Abyss regarding like the director, but nothing interesting. Like there's no boss battle, there's like nothing. It's just a way to farm items. It's probably a future update. They might update this in the future. I mean, a lot of the weapons aren't very broken, to be honest, so they're kind of like very meh. So you guys have nothing to say, okay? Alright then. So yeah, I guess nothing happened. I mean, I don't have enough marines to do another raid. I need like at least 8,000 to like go and continuously raid Tri-Tech for the Omen and a bunch of stuff. Yeah, nothing much to explain here really. Let's travel back to... Let's actually go back to the Abyss and see if anything changed. I doubt so, but you never know, right? Yeah, we'll check the Abyss and then I think we can end the stream here. Yeah, I guess monitors are really, pretty broken. I mean, not broken, but they're pretty good against the against the Shrouded Dwellers especially. Yeah, let's travel here because our terminus is in the colony. Right there. We're also gonna get our next colony crisis soon. Well, actually not very soon. That's a bit of a bummer, really. I mean, how am I gonna get the onslaught blueprint as well? There has to be a blueprint for that weapon, right? I mean that ship, right? It can't be that you can't make more of them. Maybe we need to talk to her again. Yeah, but I'll probably do that off stream and see whether anything changed. So let's go and stock up some supplies and fuel, and we just go back to Abyss and see if anything changed. I don't think so. But yeah. I mean, who knows, right? Who knows? Let's just keep all this stuff. Oh, this is selling it. We don't want to sell it. We want to keep this and this. I guess we can sell this random junk. Okay, let's go to the abyss now. I'm not expecting much to have changed. Probably not much has changed. Maybe there's like a boss or something. I mean, that'll be quite interesting. I mean, we do know that she has been trying to do some stuff here. This is the system that we just came out from. I doubt there's anything new. Like maybe there's some base here or some star fortress or something. There has to be something like that, right? It can't just be like this. I mean, honestly, the update is already pretty good with the new enemies, but yeah, I guess. Can we skip this fight? But we can't. Yeah, just let them do their thing. So yeah, you can get harassed here, and you can get harassed here. You can arrest you as well, might as well do that. You're actually a bit damaged. Oh, we lost a monitor already. Interesting. Oh, this monitor died. Guess you don't have to arrest this. This thing is still targeting the onslaught. Come on, we want you to target this monitor, yes. Oh, why did it die? Yeah, sometimes it just dies, straight up dies. So you lost the left side armor. Yeah, but I think this fight is like, oh, you are facing a horrible direction. Maybe there's a chance to arc through shields. That's probably what's going on. Maybe it's like it's based on a percentage chance. Maybe it works like a tachyon lens, where like if the target is very hot flux, it just penetrates through the shield. You can just ignore this guy, really. Your job should be just to kill this. And then the eye's gonna come in right now, see? Picture perfect. Okay, go ahead and kill this. No. These small little shrouded dust, they're not very threatening. They're just annoying, really. The eye is the most threatening. Yeah, you gotta kill this thing. Either you kill it or you just make it get distracted with a frigate. Why are you not... You need to be eliminate order, I guess. It's quite vulnerable when it's open like this. And then we can clean up the rest. Okay, so we lost all of the omens. I mean the monitors. Yeah, I don't think there's any frigate that can survive this reliably. I mean, the monitor is really the best one at tanking, and they all died. So, I guess you just have to accept some losses here. They don't have a lot of good point defense though. Alright, let's not fight any more of these shrouded dwellers. I just want to see if there's anything new in this area once we have done the main quest line. Like there's probably, I don't know, there's still a bunch of items in the game that I don't know. Like what are these? I mean, yeah, we don't want to fight any more of this. We want to look for some gravity wells. They might have more law and stuff. Now that we are 100 rep with that lady, we might be a bit too deep here. Come on, give me a gravity well. Okay, that looks like that might be a well. I just hope that it is one. If it is, it's not. Those are probably enemies because they look very warm. Yeah, I don't want to get into another fight, so... Nothing? You gotta be joking. There's nothing. Okay, this is a well. Yeah, because it's not lighting up. Alright, let's see. We're gonna jump in, and if we don't find any new law, the stream will end. Okay, we've never been here before. I mean, all these planets we've never been before. Seems like a pretty interesting thing going on. Yeah, there's nothing. There is just nothing. No new items, no new bosses, whatever. Just nothing. Alright, we'll give you one more chance. We're gonna explore one more well. And that'll be it. We did find, like, you know, a derelict structure in this one. So I was like thinking whether, like, the more you explore this area, maybe like more lore starts to spawn. But it doesn't seem like the case. Yeah, we're pretty far away from the gate system. All these should be like other things. You only find the law in the gravity wells, so you don't get anything. Yeah, this is clearly an enemy. We're gonna look at one more well and then that's it. Oh, this is not well. It does give a bit of chills down your spine when you're traveling in this area for the first time with not a very strong fleet. Because if you're dead here, you just did, you lose everything, you lose your fleet. If you lose all your ships, then it's very hard to survive really. Okay, this is another well. Alright, let's jump in here and see what is good. Then, if there's nothing here, no new law, then this will be the end of the stream. Yeah, there's nothing. There's probably a bunch of enemies here. Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of threat lying around. So yeah, there's no new law, there's no new items or whatnot. Even if you get 100 rep, I mean, this is still pretty standard. It's just a standard fleet. So yeah, there's honestly not much to the game at this point. Like, you know, just finding blueprints and probably just waiting for the hegemony attack, which isn't coming because we don't have any AI cores being used. But we can always use them, and then the hegemony will come for the colony. Yeah, I mean, we could do the hyper shunt, but honestly, it's not really useful. It gives you one industry slot for a colony that's within 10 light years. That's not very useful in my opinion. Money is not an issue now. We have 40 million. So yeah, I guess that's really it. I might stream a bit more content regarding, like, maybe if we fight the hegemony, we might stream that battle, but it's not gonna be very interesting either. What else is there to talk about? Yeah, I still haven't found the 14th battle group onslaught blueprint. I really do, but even then, if I find it, the build for the onslaught is pretty simple. Just slap on a storm needler and a bunch of devastator cannons on both sides, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, and then everything else is just focused towards the TPCs, the thermal pulse cannons. Those are like your main damage dealers. It's kind of like a better version of the auto pulse laser, essentially. So yeah, I think we can do that when we get the blueprint, but I don't think there's really much else. We've already explored everything. We've already got 100 rep with the Tritech director that's looking for weapons in this area, and nothing happened. Yeah, that's really about it. I will still play a little bit about the game, and I'll stream some stuff if it's interesting. Otherwise, it's pretty much done. Yeah. I mean, I could, you know, finish exploring all of these sectors this is the only pocket that's left. Everything else has already been surveyed. Yeah, everything has been surveyed, and the only thing I'm missing is just some blueprints and like that's about it, really. And the hegemony crisis, and then that's all. Yeah. I mean, bye. Yeah, I mean, see you again.